Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you guys what is inside of my planner. I know I've been saying that I need to give you guys a planner flip. I usually do it around the first of the year or so, or kind of December before the year rolls over, but we didn't get around to that. Oh man, y'all, I got mustard on my leggings over dinner. Oh well, I'm at home, I ain't going nowhere. Anyway, so I showed you guys this in my, like when I do the what's in my planner bag videos. So this is a cover by Notique. It's like a cream croc print. It was in kind of the clearance section, so it does have a few little, marks and different things about it that's not perfect. That's part of the reason why it was in the clearance section, but I love it. It does have the Notique branding right here, and it's just a, what you call it, like a cover without a snap, which I have been really enjoying. I have been so addicted to snaps that I didn't realize how much I like this one as well. So anyway, I'll get into it, get in the inside and show you guys what's in here. I'm gonna try to make it in frame nice and pretty. So over here is just one letter, is the paperwork from my daughter's college about tuition and all that fun stuff. Again, I told you guys I don't have any like Easter paper clips or anything, or even spring ones, to be honest. So I don't have anything over here. I might put my Louis Vuitton ones over there, we'll see. This cover I did get from Etsy. I will try and link it down below. I do think it's still in my what you call that stuff, in my orders. So I'll try and link that. These discs are gold discs. They are solid. These aren't Happy Planner discs. They didn't seem to have this kind of classic-ish size available when I wanted to change to these gold ones. They really just had like the mini and the what are those big ones called? The expander disc, and I just wanted the kind of regular size one. So I did find these on Amazon. Super pleased with them. They're very bright gold, and these are metal disc. I don't really care for plastic disc. I like the look of the metal disc. They just look so much more luxurious to me. I'll show you guys my tabs first. So at the bottom I have this one here, and there's a YouTube sticker there, but I didn't put it low enough, so it's not very clear to see. Then there's this other it's not a sticker. This one was more like a, what do you call those things? A vinyl that I bought off Etsy, where someone made it with their Cricut. And it just has kind of the emblems from like Louis Vuitton. And then this one here does say to do, and it has like a to do sticker on like over a floral print. And then at the top, I'm trying to do my best, y'all. I don't feel like setting up the top down bar in my cave. Plus my desk is a mess. I need to clean it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's a mess. So these are some bow tabs that I made like a while back. I was still working in the hospital when I made these bow tabs, but I did make them for classic size at that time. I was also in classic size, and kind of like I'm doing now, using my personal planner for finances. So the first one, it says work, and I'll show you guys what's in there. The second one says schedule. I'll show you what's in there. And then of course you have brain dump right here. And then this is one of those Simply Gilded bow stickers that comes in her kits, or you can just order them off the website. I haven't shopped her things in a long time, but I have a million of her items in my stash. So this is also a, it's like a bookmark really. It's not really necessarily like a page. I gotta get my words together. These are like dividers. The bottom is like dividers, and this is a page marker. This marks where I am in the week, and it does have a pocket. I'll show you guys that on the inside. So let me get her laid back down and in frame. Hopefully that's good. So I'm gonna try to do a flip. I didn't take anything out. I'm gonna try not to show anything that, it ain't for the streets, but we're gonna see how it goes. So behind that dashboard, I do have a couple of sticky notes. I have a Happy Mail one from Fancy Plans Co. Let me see if I can get any closer, y'all. Oh, wrong way. Okay. Sticky note from Fancy Plans Co. It's a Happy Mail one, and then I just have this lined one, which I think is from Cloth and Paper. Most of my sticky notes are either from Oso Paper, Cloth and Paper, Fancy Plans Co., or just like, random from Walmart, Dollar Tree, whatever. This is a clear, what do I want to call this thing? I basically laminated a piece of clear acetate and made it like a sticky note landing page. So I just have a coffee cup. This one actually I remember is from one of those little sticker pads from Michaels. This is from Oso Paper. This is from, I think, Hobby Lobby, one of the little sticky note pads. And then I think this one's from Cloth and Paper. But I just have a couple sticky notes there that I can grab and then put anywhere I need them. I do have them attached here. If you could see those lines, they're attached with double-sided tape, which I showed you guys in my what's in my planner bag video. So then over here it's just, the beginning of the planner. I just have my name, a nickname, and then of course, my YouTube nickname, because my actual nickname was taken. In the front here, you have the 2025 calendar, but I didn't fill it out because I had already filled it out in the previous year. The 2024 planner came with like the 24-25 list, And so I didn't fill it out. On the other one, I don't know, y'all. I feel like I don't like this view, but I really don't want to do a top down. Let me see if I can get y'all down some more. Oops, sorry. I put my finger over the lens. Hopefully nobody gets drunk. But I really don't want to set up that bar. The only reason I don't like setting up the bar is because cameras are not light. I don't generally film on my phone, and cameras aren't light. And so when you put the camera on one end of the bar, you have to put weight on the other end, and you have to balance it just right so that it keeps that bar in a straight line. And it take a minute, y'all. It take a minute. So this is that first divider tab that I showed y'all. This one says work. I had put some Simply Gilded sticky, Lord have mercy, washi tape on this one when I made it, and I just didn't remove it. I just left it, even though it doesn't go with whatever theme I might have going on in the planner. In the beginning here is my holiday assignment. So they assign us holidays that we're going to be off and holidays that we're going to work, and there's a new list every year and it changes. So these are mine just so I can keep up. And then here is my 2025 weekend rotation. So I highlighted like my paydays and then what weekend I'm actually working. So at a quick glance, I can kind of see what I'm working. So that's what that is. And then these are people's birthdays and anniversaries that I feel are important to me. This is the 2026 page, which of course I'll fill out at the end of the year, or I might wait and do it in the 2026 planner. This way it's not, you know, extra. So here are the pages for 2026. You know, same thing. It's like a perpetual calendar. I've got, well, I had a couple of sheets of note paper. Looks like I only got one left. And then that next divider says schedule. So in here, I try to keep my niece and nephew's baseball schedule so that I know when the games are, what time, what field, and if I can go, I definitely go. This is Malachi's school schedule. So Henry County Schools, I always try to print this out at the beginning of the year, place it in here, and then kind of, you know, pay attention to when he's got early release dates or, you know, the breaks, the spring break, Christmas break, all that fun stuff. So that's what that is. Then on the back here, I just have, well, I can get rid of this because he doesn't do robotics anymore. A couple of shows I watch, which everything's on break. I might as well get rid of that too. Some of them not coming back. This is Jazz's schedule. Then I have a couple more sheets of paper. This section is the brain dump. So this is just like if I just think of something real quick and it's more than what could fit on a sticky note, then I'll flip to this section and kind of write it down. And then I'll just move the paper over to where I'm at in the planner, like the weekly page. So I do use both sides of the paper. What is this stuff? Oh, this was Bottle Scholarship. So once I use one side, if the other side is still naked, I would just flip it upside down so that the holes match up with the rings, and I use it because I don't want to waste no paper. So then we have a couple of sheets of Happy Planner paper. This one has a really cute pink leopard spine, which I love. I think I got this one from Hobby Lobby. Then that divider at the bottom I was telling you about, it says all I need is love, and love is crossed out, and it says handbags. And I just put this cute little die cut. I think this was from Fox and Pip. So I put this little, you know, Damier or Neverfull die cut right here. And then I put a cute little pink doll babe. I want to say this one is from the Anika's Creative Closet from her pink book. What is it called? Shades of Pink, I think is how she labels it. So in this section here, this is kind of like another note section. Before I added the brained up dividers, I just kind of would write like random thoughts and ideas in this section. So just a few pieces of random paper. I don't really have a rhyme or reason. I have so much Happy Planner stuff in my collection. I just put in here whatever is in here. So next one is YouTube. This is a cute little die cut that came with one of my orders from Anika's Creative Closet, and I just put a YouTube sticker on it. I don't really remember where my YouTube stickers are from, but flip it over. It does have a sticky note to write quick notes. And then this is just kind of a list that I had made last year sometime, well before I kind of disappeared, you know, in my feelings. So this just has like a running list of videos that either I thought about doing, or maybe I saw someone else's channel and I was like, oh, my subbies would like it if I do something like that. And or when people have requested things, I try to write them on this list as well. Let's see here, a couple more in the back. This is when I was doing the Planner Newbie series that I never finished. Yeah. Let me see, what's this? Random notes about gaming stuff. So next divider is going to be to do. It also has a sticky note on it. And this is like a running to-do list that's like huge things in the house. So not like today, you know, I'm going to do laundry and I'm going to film videos and I'm going to cook dinner. Not that kind of stuff for today. This is like gut out the garage, purge everything, reorganize it, reorganize the junk drawer, reorganize Mally's closet, reorganize my closet, you know, purge my bags. Like, these are like huge running to-do lists. And y'all, I am so proud that that whole list is checked off. It's checked off, and I ain't had nothing else I needed to add to it, so I just kind of left it, a few more pieces of paper. And then we get into the actual planner. I don't remember the name of the planner, but I do remember getting it from Michaels, right? I think Michaels. Anywho, it was a plain kind of black, white, and gold, which is very neutral, very easy to go inside of any planner cover or do any theme I want to do if I want to get jiggy with it and make new dividers, top tabs and bottom tabs. I usually do keep the actual monthly tabs of Happy Planner because one, it's got the dates on it, but two, it just flows easier, and I don't want to make those. But I do think I have some in my stash where I've made like my own monthly pages. I'm going to try not to show too much of my business. Hopefully it's not, but these are older things, so I think we're okay. This isn't like showing you guys like when I'm not home and, you know, that kind of stuff, which I'm super paranoid about putting on the internet. So I didn't decide, let me not say I didn't decide. I decided this year that I was not going to decorate my monthlies the way that I normally do, because I would have a habit of not wanting to write something on the monthly if I didn't have the right color ink with me and I was out the house or away or whatever. So not decorating the monthlies, just literally using red, blue, and black ink, no color coding, just writing it in. So if something's already written here in blue, the next line's got to be in black or red. And generally I've been trying to put like my work things in red, or like super important things that need to stand out. So that is basically that. Then we just have my weekly pages. I decorate them, and then I try to use matching ink to go with them. So January pages, super cute stickers. Some of them are from, you know, weekly sticker kits I've bought over the years. I started excessively planning and decorating. I want to say, when did I graduate? 2018? Yeah, so probably like 2016, 2017, somewhere kind of in the middle of nursing school. I been in healthcare my entire adult life. I went straight in the Air Force, fresh out of high school, in case you're new here. So I've been in healthcare. I've basically been, you know, a certified ENT, certified, you know, some people call it nursing assistant. In the military, we called it med tech. Same difference, same thing. Basically, the level that is underneath an actual LPN. And then I advanced myself right over LPN, right into nursing, and got my RN back in 2018. So, anywho, February, same difference, just a few minimal stickers, writing stuff in, weekly pages, you know, just flowing, same old, same old. This week is the week after I came back from my vacay with Bestie. So, trying to get it in. Let me zoom out a little bit. I want y'all to see this one because this one is so pretty and it don't have no handwriting, so it don't look as messy as the others. But I can't seem to, there we go. I can't seem to tilt the planner enough to be in frame. This is a sticker kit that came from, it came from Michaels, but what was this company's name? Coffee. If I can remember or think of it when I edit, I'll pop it on the screen. But I know this was a kit I had got from Michaels a while ago and I never used it. I came back from vacay sick, so this week was just sick and moody and not a whole lot going on except for adding a cart. So anywho, flipping through the months is all the same stuff. Yeah, no, can't really show you anything personal in that section because, you know, there's things going on. In the back, I don't have anything in the pockets. I do have this, what is this called? This is a cutting board from the Dollar Tree that makes a really great page lifter. If you don't know what a page lifter is, it's something that you put at the back of any binder, like when we were in high school and stuff, middle school. You put it at the back of any binder or any planner, and it keeps your pages from curling under the rings. If you've ever had it happen, you know what I'm talking about, and you probably hate it as much as I do. So I saw this in a video way years back, that this was a good idea. Buy this cutting board from the Dollar Tree, you know, cut it to size, hole punch it, and then you can fit it in there. Now, let me tell you guys this if you're not familiar. The metal discs are thicker than plastic discs. And when I say that, the paper that comes from Happy Planner, what is this? Is this personal? No, this is cool. The paper that comes from Happy Planner already has these little mushroom holes and slits in it. But when you use metal discs, the pages do not turn very easily with those openings. So what I do is take scissors and go and cut the little slit part wider on every single piece of paper in my entire planner. Is it time consuming? Absolutely. So I usually do it on the couch while I'm watching one of y'all's videos. But yes, so all the paper is thicker. I do have all 12 months in here, but I only put 3 months worth of the weekly pages in here. So let me see. Go to one that's not not filled in. So these are the weekly pages. They are butt booty naked, black and white, my favorite, because then it's a, you know, a neutral landscape that I get to start on and make it whatever color, whatever design, whatever pattern I got going on. I rarely leave them naked and just write my stuff down, but if I did not pre-plan and get it decorated before the week started, or I didn't have like a day where I just decided to decorate multiple weeks back to back to back until I got tired, then sometimes there have been weeks where they didn't have any decor, they just had handwriting. Happy Planner designed this vertical layout for like the top box to be like this, supposed to be morning, and this is afternoon, and this is evening. When I first started using Happy Planner, I quickly learned that this vertical layout is what I like, because I'm a list type of person. So I write things in a vertical manner and check them off. But I also, especially with work and, you know, like different meetings, or like the hour that I have to renew my licenses for nursing and just all that kind of stuff, it's usually at a set time. And so I started writing things still in a vertical manner, but I would write them based on the time of day that they're happening. Like my license hour is 1:15 to 2:15. So I kind of write that in the middle. If I have like, you know, I need to call the kid's dentist office or call my PCP, or if they tell me to, you know, watch a video for training for an hour at 8 a.m., I'll write that in the top box. And then anything that I do after work, so after 4 p.m., I write here. Run a UPS store, go to beauty supply, get some more hair product, Walmart, nails did, you know, call whoever, film some videos, whatever it is, it usually goes in the bottom. So I do use the boxes, but I don't use the boxes. So basically, when I decorate, I just decorate across the page however I want, no rhyme or reason. If I got cute boxes that fit perfect, then when I write my things in, I just write them in kind of the time area, but I don't stick to like the lines, because decor is all over the place. So I just kind of get it written out. So this is what a plain page looks like. I like to do what I call a pre-planning. If I can get this sheet to come out without showing my business. Why aren't you coming out? You tripping. Tripping. Okay, there we go. All right, so I don't know if it was a journal. I feel like it was another planner type. So not the vertical, not the horizontal, not the dashboard, but there was one more layout that Happy Planner made. And if I, you know, think of it while I'm editing, I'll pop it up there. But these pages were what were in there. So you didn't have like a weekly layout. You had these pages. And so it was like, you know, dotted lines, free space, gratitude, top priorities. And then on the back, you had daily tasks, and it's enough spots where usually it's about 8 of them. So you've got your 7 days of the week plus like an extra one for whatever you might need it for. So I'll show you that. So I don't use that planner. I never use that planner. I honestly don't even know what I bought it for, but I will be transparent. There are times if the planner's on sale and it's not full price and the price is worth it for what I want, I will buy a planner for the rings and or for the cover itself. So this was probably what this was for, because I never intended to use this layout like as my weekly daily thing. But what I do here is each week I will write, like, you know, Monday, what's next Monday? No, what was like this Monday? 21st? Yeah. I will write like Monday the 21st, Tuesday the 22nd, so forth and so on. And then usually for this box, I'll put important, or I'll put next week. Like if there's something that really stands out, like Mally's going to be out of school for spring break, I'll go ahead and write this here so that, you know, it kind of gets my mind ready for the next week. So anywho, on these lines, I put whatever's going on. Like I said, call dentist, you know, go to UPS store right after work, call mom at 8 p.m. and wake her up, like whatever it is, I'll write that stuff on here. And this isn't usually written in time order. This is just whenever it comes to me, whenever it happens. And I also take this page, let me find a blank month. Well, blank enough. I got a lot of birthdays in August, y'all. I will take this page and I will go and look at each day and actually write in here what's going on. Or if my boss emails me and says, hey, we're going to have a meeting so-and-so day, if I haven't already done this page, I will write it on the monthly. But if this is like the very next week, then I will go ahead and write it on the weekly, just so I can already have it here. So I fill this in, and then when it's time to fill in my actual pages, let me find a blank page. Oh, nope, not blank enough. Sorry, y'all. I can't remember what months are like in here. There we go. and not decorated, so I ain't showing all my business. But then I take this page after I've decorated this, just whatever came to mind, putting stickers wherever, whoever not caring. I do try to leave white space, but I also use like box stickers and like list stickers so that I can write in them. I just put the stickers wherever. Then I take this cutie and I go in and write my details. I do love icons, so I guess I can say I'm a little icon snob. So like I like a little phone for call somebody. I like a little computer for like licensing or working overtime. I got little hair stickers, little nail stickers. I got doctor's appointment stickers. I got a whole bunch of icons. So when I go write my stuff in, I do usually pull out my little reusable sticker book that I've shown you guys before. It has a lot of icons in it. And then of course I have this insanely thick, like 4-inch binder with all the full sticker sheets in it. So like the pages I pull the stickers off of, that binder is full of them. And it's OCD organized with dividers as well, but that's basically how I use this page. I don't even know where I got this from, so I'm just gonna stick it anywhere. It is a-okay. And so yeah, so that's what I've been using these pages for, and that's pretty much how I use my planner, y'all. This one has the pen clip up really high, like you see how close it is to the top, so putting your pen in it can be a little awkward depending on what the pen is. So I've just been clipping my pen on here. I have a second one. I've been showing you guys this in my purse. I have a second one of that pen. And what is the company, y'all? Maybe I can call it what it is. All I can read is Jetstream. I don't know what the little word is next to it, but this is that pen that has the 3 different options. So you got black, you got red, and then of course you have blue. And so to get the one that's depressed up, you can just press any of the other ones just slightly halfway, and then it pulls up the ink so it's not sticking out. So I just been using the clip. I keep this clipped onto here. I use this to write in the monthly so that I can get plenty of information. There have been times in the past where I would use a larger, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what it's called. You know, like how the pen can be like 1.0, 0.7, 0.5, 0.3, whatever. I'm using a smaller pen. This one is 0.3. I use that on the monthly so that I can make sure everything's is going to fit. Because there's been times where only one thing was written down, no big deal. But by the time we get to that month, I now got like 5 things that need to go in that box and they can't all fit. So now I got a sticky note, and that was driving me nuts. So smaller ink pen tip, whatever it's called, is what I use to write in my monthly. And then the pen that sits here is usually the one that matches that weekly spread. So like this week everything's in purple. Last week it was like a light blue. The previous week it was like a pink. And I just switched the pen out with my pen stash. I have insane amount of colorful pens. I just switch it out and then clip those onto there. And that is it, y'all. That is basically, oh, hold on. All right, show y'all this. Let me see. Yep, I can show y'all this. All right, so this is, maybe let me remove a couple of stickies. All right, so this is the page lifter that I was telling you guys about. It's got the bow at the top, and I also actually made it into a pocket because sometimes I would get paperwork. I made this when I was in the hospital. I would get like a little brochure, like a little flyer or whatever, and it would, you know, say that something needed to be done, whatever. I would just slip it in here instead of just slipping it in the front cover. And honestly, when I was in the hospital and using Classic Happy Planner created these, I didn't develop the annoyance that I have with the disc hitting a hard what am I looking for? Hold on, y'all. This hubby. Okay, yeah, I'm back. All right, where was I? Yes, so made this pocket so that I can slip things in here. I love it. I'm trying to remember what I did. I think I put a piece of acetate in the middle of a laminate sheet and then just simply cut a line. And then there's actually like a little, let me see if I can show it to y'all. There's like a little dip right here that makes it easier to grab it to open it. This is one of those sticky notes that says Happy Mail, and I just wrote down some things that were supposed to be coming. Still waiting on one, but everything else on here has come. This is a sticky note where I wrote about the collab video that you guys will have already seen, and the information on that sticky will already be in there. These are a couple sticky notes where I didn't even flip over to my YouTube video sheet that I just showed you guys. I just wrote real fast on a sticky when I thought of something while I was at work, of things that I need to film and do. Like here is both planners flip through, so that's what you see right there. And then this is just kind of my reminder to try to look at comments and stuff, you know, whenever I can throughout the day. So yep, that's what that is. And then I just put other sticky notes on it, like if I'm expecting like a refund from returns, which is what these other sticky notes are, but I don't want to show y'all all my shopping business. If I'm expecting like returns, or I'm expecting, you know, a package or whatever the case might be, I will kind of write it on a sticky and kind of just keep up with it, because I don't really want to write that like in my actual planner page. But I do want it to be, you know, somewhere where I can look at it frequently. So I use this a lot as almost like a brain dump sometimes. I put a lot of stickies on there and then of course pull them off when I'm done. But yeah, y'all, that is how I use my Classic Happy Planner. I really haven't changed much from like when I first started planning up until now. I would say the only really thing that's different is like some of these dividers at the bottom. I used to just kind of have the stuff like in the front of the planner, but not necessarily have it sectioned off. But again, I did have like the work tab and schedule and stuff up there. And then of course I always kept some stickies in here. But yeah, that is my main planner. So this is where everything goes except for like my goals and my finances. I like those to be a little bit more portable, so I have them in my personal planner. Plus I have a shitload of personal planner covers and inserts and stuff, and I don't want them to go to waste. So I do separate the two. And then of course I don't want this to be too thick, because once you start putting stickers and stuff on your pages, let me see if I can show y'all. Y'all are probably already aware of this, but if you're new to planning, all these pages that look loose and thicker and stuff, it's because they're fully loaded with ink and stickers. See how this is all compact? This is the rest of the year, and it's super thin, super close together because there's nothing on the pages. So you can only fit so much on certain size disc, and I like these discs in here. I have had expander disc in here, so I could do like a super, like just everything's in it. People like to call it a catch-all planner or main planner. I could do that, but I kind of like my setup the way that it is. I like this to be my main planner. It goes with me to work. It goes with me, you know, back on my nightstand at night, make sure I checked off what I'm gonna do, whatever. Then my pocket planner that I'm gonna show you guys in another video basically is this minus like stuff that's happening in the house. Like for example, if I'm gonna do laundry on a Tuesday, most times I don't write it in the pocket planner. Every now and again I just get jiggy with it. I forget I don't need to write that stuff in there because it's in here, and I'll just write it in there anyway. But for the most part, I write the things in there that are out the house. So I would write like the UPS run and why I'm going. I would write errands and what stores I'm hitting and what I'm buying and what I'm doing. But this one is mostly in the house, everything that's going on, all the details are in here. And then the pocket planner, ooh, thunder. The pocket planner just kind of is like a mini version of that. So I'll show you guys that as well. But yeah, y'all, this is my planner. I absolutely love her. She is bae. Sometimes I get bored with the cover, and I think I have about 5 boutique covers. Let me see. I have the cream croc, I have the black croc, I have the purple, I have the pink, and then I have that kind of rustic orange fall color. That's kind of like a TN. But yeah, that is my setup. I hope that you guys got some inspiration or kind of got an insight on how I do things, and you know, hopefully it helps you decide, you know, what you want to do, or help you make your planning more efficient, or just being nosy, you know, just seeing how Layla do what she do. So yeah, so that is that one. I'm going to go ahead and film the next one for you guys, and it's going to be my little baby pocket planner. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.